Welcome to UniqueCreatives ChCh. 48 projects, 20 minutes, 6 questions, 1 city. A special interview series documenting the range and quality of creative projects taking place in post-quake Christchurch.
This is Nick here with the In the Loop UniqueCreatives series. I'm here with Ava. I'm here with Ava at Little Tom's, the newest Christchurch establishment. It's wicked, it's beautiful. Thanks for taking your time today.
No problem at all.
So we've got 48 projects, 20 minutes, 6 questions, 1 city, and we're just going to crack right into it. So I'd love to hear a little bit about you as a unique creative and the multitude of projects that you have been involved with and are involved in.
Yeah, no, well, they all kind of connect in with each other, I guess. So, of course, there's Pomeroy's, which is my family's business, and then this is Little Poms has been a continuation of that. I guess for us, we never really wanted to have another Pomeroy's. It was about taking over the next part of the day, you know, like I think if we had done another Pomeroy's, we would have split ourselves and what was actually truly us, which was family owned and operated, so hence Little Poms. And then, Beer Baroness came out of the building maybe 2.5 years ago. We got a brewery and I thought, why not? I could learn how to brew and I'm still sort of working on it. But Beer Baroness is, it was my sister who used to nickname me the Beer Baroness. I'm a craft beer geek through and through, obsessed with it. Yeah, and we got a brewery and I started playing around with some recipes and working with some other really, really good New Zealand craft brewers. So again, that was where everything sort of ties in. Pomeroy's enabled me to actually work with other brewers because I'd already had that, established relationship. So I did some collaborations and 2.5 years, 3 years, I don't even know. I actually don't even know. It's going well. It's good. It's going really well. It's definitely a hobby for me, which sounds really weird, but because Pomeroy's has always been my primary focus, and then of course I had my son 18 months ago, it's always just sort of ticked along in the background, and then this last year I've doubled literage in production from the year before, and I don't actually know how that happened either. So it was, I don't know, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek. The logo, the photo is of me, of course. It was me at Beer Awards, and my designer, the guys down at Deflux, they're really cool. They found the photo and changed it. I never had the intention to have my face as the brand. I don't know, it worked. It's a really strong image with what they've done, and then all the beer names. It's just been it's just evolved. They kind of all relate to the beer, and they're a wee bit tongue-in-cheek again, so it's just it's about, for me, it's breaking down the barriers of that women only like a specific beer. There's such thing as a ladies' beer, so I'm making a beer that everybody likes and it's meant for everybody, but it's kind of got that feminine edge, but it's also a bit cheeky, and that's the first question.
Do you have a favourite part of brewing, or the process of what you have achieved with that so far?
I guess honestly the favourite part is hearing people really, really enjoy my beer. I don't actually brew the beer myself. We've got far better people for that. So we've got a head brewer next door in our brewery, and I love developing recipes. I very much am creative in that recipe, because I don't actually consider myself that creative at all. Well, no, because I like plans, and I'm very logical, and I work through things like that way. But with the brewing side of things, because I don't understand, I guess I'm still learning the science behind it. With recipe formulation, it very much is. I want it to taste like this, and I want it to taste like that, and I'm learning about all the different hop varieties and what you can get from them, and malts, and so it kind of it's a big mishmash, and then I go to my brewer and I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of what I want, and now you need to make it work.
I love it.
So he's kind of the Beer Baroness.
And so in terms of the process for this, absolutely 100% you are creative, and having a look at the menu, for all the people listening, they have to come and check out your amazing menu. We sat here, Hannah from In the Loop the other day, and could have decided at least half every piece was.
I know, that's the feedback actually that we're having, and especially for vegetarians and people. I don't know. There's been a lot of thought put in. I don't know. I've eaten at a lot of different cafes, and I think the cafe scene in Christchurch is really, really developing. but for me, there's always been things that I've just sort of wanted or preferred or felt like I think was really necessary in a cafe. Like, I think table service is really cool to be able to offer that. So that was something that I was always really set on. And I don't know, when I developed, sorry, the next door for you, honey, just go to the pub. When we developed the menu with Brad, there was such a consideration for people, for vegetarians, for people that were dairy-free or gluten-free, or, and it not being an afterthought. And it's kind of, I think it covers all bases. I didn't want to have the typical Eggs Benedict. We don't have the typical big breakfast, but we kind of cover all of that for people. And just really a focus on really beautiful, locally sourced, good quality, ingredients.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess what is it about this whole corner? I like the way that you sort of put that.
I know.
The various elements that it encompasses in your mind that inspire you and want you to keep creating or trying different things
I definitely, it sort of all flows. So the beer that we sell, the New Zealand craft beer that we sell in Pomeroy continually inspires me, and the people that I get to work with on, a day-to-day level as well. So, and I'm part of the Brewers Guild of New Zealand on the committee, and, so I am really obsessed. I'm head of Pink Boots New Zealand, which is for women in the industry. So there's just so much about the beer community and the craft beer community that inspires me on a level of, functions and events in the pub, and then it flows through to my brand and what I can continue to kind of try and offer and what the market needs. And then, with this place, I haven't figured that out yet. Like the next passion is food, and I guess for us it's always being able to offer delicious food at good prices, and, because you don't want to spend too much, and but it being, I don't know, and I think next door we've got that real kind of pub, braised, secondary cut burgers, all of that kind of really wholesome craft, but kind of a bit special pub food. And then here I think we've sort of flipped it on its ear, because again I didn't want to have two similar places. It was about them complementing each other in quite different ways. So I think it's working.
It's really exciting to see what you will do with it and how it will join or support.
Yeah, totally. And we're going to start doing a lot more nighttime events. So I love doing beer and food dinners and all that sort of stuff. So we'll move everything in here from next year. We're just trying to find our feet, and we're about to head into Christmas, so it's always mental then. But yeah,
cool. Okay, so how would you? Well, you sort of answered actually how you'd sort of like to see it evolve in terms of what kind of events and things like that in here.
Yeah.
If you want to add to that,
no, just yes, I'd like to have the element of events. I think that there's a real shortage for small venues for live music, local acts, all that sort of stuff. So I've got a lot of friends that are in not so much the busking scene, but just actually in the creative scene, I guess. I think in the new year we'll start looking at having definitely beer focused events, but also local musicians. Maybe not ticketed. I don't know. It's all sort of kind of evolving, and I'm thinking about it. Like little mini quiz nights for people. I think there's a real need for this is a 60-seater. You've got either really, really big or kind of medium size, and we've put a lot of thought into the acoustics side of things with sound paneling and carpeting, and hopefully eventually we can have poetry evenings. I don't know. But it's really nice to be able to provide that for the community as well.
And in terms of beer Baroness, how do you get your flavours? How do you, you obviously love food, you have a passion for putting things together, and like you said, that's beautiful, but does it just come to you? You kind of go, I'm going to throw that, or?
It works in both ways. The beer styles that I've done so far have actually been from a place of beer styles that I really like, but also that I think there was a little bit of a gap in the market for initially, not so much now. But then also other beers that I've drunk that have really inspired me. So like the 8-wide, 3-wide brown ale was amazing, and I wanted to do my own brown ale, so that inspired Madam Brown. And I guess First Lady APA I love hoppy beers. I was wanting to do something really big and tropical and fresh for summer. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, maybe sometimes I think of a name and I think, all right, how are we going to match that to a beer? It's honestly, there's no kind of real rhyme or reason when it comes to Beer Baroness. It's just something that sort of ticks away at the back of my head. And yeah, I've got a hoppy wheat that I'm making next month, and again that was kind of inspired by, I'm always inspired, copying ideas off everyone continually. Like I drink a really good beer and think, oh, how could I do this, or what would be my interpretation, and yeah.
You exude creativity.
Oh no, I actually don't.
Okay, so I know you can't remember exactly how long you have been brewing, and that's fine, it's really cool. How long have you been part of the hobby?
So Mum and Steve have had it for 14 years this October. Which would have made me 17, and I started working on Sundays because I was still at high school. So that's my earliest memory, was pretty close to the beginning. And then I started running it for them I was a hideous teenager and then a real irresponsible 20-something. And then it was probably when I was about 25 that it was the craft beer actually that hooked me. And I was always into hospitality, but we at the time just had Harringtons, we just had 8 beers on tap, and then I tried Tuatara Hefe, which was a wheat beer, and yeah, had that kind of epiphany, this is amazing. And from there I just started getting really, really into the industry, into the pub, and we went from 8 taps to now 31 in the last. So yeah, I've been running for 6 years, and it was right before that real big craft beer boom as well, which was cool. And then I think after the earthquake, craft beer got even more exciting. And yeah, so earliest memory there, and then Beer Baroness, I don't know.
That's okay. How do you curate the what's on tap?
I get a list from different distributors, and everyone's always contacting me with this is what's new and this is what's coming through, and I just try and keep a balance. There's not really a lot of method to it. It's stuff that I like. I like to have a really even spread. Sometimes there's you can't avoid things. Like one of my friends came in the other day and he said, there was a massive North Island focus, but that's right. There was obviously a lot of really good North Island beers at the time. So, but yeah, I try and keep a spread. I try and have lots of local beers wherever possible. I'm a big supporter of Three Boys and those guys down there, and yeah, it's honestly there's no method. I read it, I balance it, and yeah.
Every time.
Thank you.
Okay, and so what do you think of the arts and creativity? You just said before you've got a lot of friends in the creative sector, so that's cool to hear. We'll be keen to tap into within the loop for that more and more. But what do you think kind of bringing to Christchurch?
Yeah, I guess I've had a lot of friends sort of that have continually been in that sector, and there's a lot of actors and buskers and the sort of stuff that drink at the pub and have always. So I've just developed friendships that way. One of my really close friends, Shay, he's kind of moved back here, and he's big on it. Oh, sorry, Shay Hooray. Yeah. So I think honestly I don't get out enough, which is a problem, and I always see things coming up and I'm like, I wish I had a life, and I wish I could take my son to see this, and I am always here, and then when I'm not here I choose to literally hibernate. But I think post-earthquake, the arts and creative side, like all of that, it's just blown up. I think Christchurch pre-earthquake was quite conservative. I think there were pockets, and I think it was, I don't know. I just think the city that we're growing is full of creativity, and I couldn't put, and maybe I can't sort of pinpoint it, but I don't know. I feel like the people that I run into every day now, and day to day, and I'm moving past, and I think the people that have decided to stay in Christchurch, very much my generation, and I think definitely younger, you're younger than me, but below, everyone is really, really, really believes in Christchurch, and yeah, I've kind of gone off on a tangent, really, haven't I, just then? But does that make sense? I think it's just, I would like to be a part of it more, and I would like to be out in the city a little bit more, but I just feel like there's continually things happening, which it never used to be like that, I don't think.
You're 100% doing your thing.
Yeah, and I think everybody's doing their thing, that's the thing, and there's constant little festivals and markets, and I don't know, I feel exhibitions, pop-ups, I just continually feel like there's things going on in Christchurch now, and that's so exciting. Whereas I mean, maybe it did happen before the earthquake, but I think it felt very more few and far between. Yeah.
And final question, who would you like to interview at your moment in your life? Would you like to interview dead or alive if given the opportunity?
I cannot think of who I would like to interview. Have you got another question? And I'll think of...
Yeah. What does the courage for creativity mean to you?
What does...
The courage for creativity mean to you?
The courage for creativity? I think it's just, for me, that line is the courage to be yourself. Yeah, and it's hard. Again, I don't think I'm that creative, but I think it takes a lot maybe to stand on your own and be creative or put something out, because there's so people who are creative, I think, have so much heart in it, because it is coming from their heart. So yeah, that's probably what that line, courage to stand on your own and being proud of it and believing in yourself, really, and believing in what you're doing, because everybody, if it is from the heart and it is creative, I think it's worthwhile no matter what. Yeah. And interviewing, I don't know, I'm thinking of someone in the beer industry that I would like to interview, but no one springs to mind at the moment. And then
we'll let you ponder.
Yeah.
Your thought for the day.
I feel like I should have so many answers. I can't even remember his name. No, you're going to have to let me ponder on it. I'm going to have to ponder on that.
Hey, thank you so much for your time and being part of our series. It's been wicked to just hear a little bit of your creativity, which 100% again you are. And I really look forward to seeing.
I know who I would like to interview. No. What is his name? He is that amazing chef that's really into gastronomy. I can't say that word. Gastronomy, and he has got the glasses, the little glasses.
In New Zealand?
No, he's international. He's got a restaurant in England. He just did a pop-up. In Melbourne maybe last year. Everyone's going to have to go and Google that, but he makes things. He's a scientist of food. I would definitely. I probably would like to marry him as well. Maybe that's what I'm confused with. He's an amazing chef, so that would be one. It would probably people in the food industry, actually. Anthony Bourdain. Yeah, all of those people, I would say. I wish I could remember his name. But no, he's a guy that he's got an amazing TV series, and it's something I always watch with my dad. So, yeah. Cool. People just have to go and figure out what his name is. My brain's
Well, meeting you, and thank you for all that you are doing and bringing to the creative scene yourself. And we'll hear more from you and the Baroness soon.
Thanks.
And a high five.
Yep. Cheers, babe.
Thank you.
Proudly supported by the Christchurch Creative Communities Scheme NZ and Orange Studios.